Got him. Oh, Lord God. What's up, guys? I'm Ryan with Ryan Epps Fishing, and it's smallmouth time. That one. Ain't no smallmouth, but it's a bite. Hybrid right there, I believe, or a little striper one. Gonna be striper. Little video striper, but I know there's some smallies down there. Them ain't all striper. Grabbing the tail. I'm gonna change up just a little bit. A little different look. Oh, big and big. Come on, baby. Oh, that's a big one. That is a good one. Wow. Oh, baby. Boom, baby. Woo! Talking about. That's what I'm talking about. Got him. Ooh. Catfish. Yuck. Let's have some fun. Got him. Oh, Lord God. Biggin. Biggin. I couldn't get the release bar hit. Thought that was a goner. Oh, he slammed it. Tell you what, if you don't like that, I cannot help you. Ooh, huh? God, that's fun. I mean, slammed it. Woo! Ain't no giant. That's a good looking Cherokee striper. Hammered old A-rig. Down he goes. Let's get us another one. Wow. He straight up tore that old A-rig to pieces. We done broke one arm off of it. Oh, that's awesome. I know there's a school that's been going back in there. There's a school been going back in there, and then there's a school kind of swirling around out here in between them. A lot of striper right here. I mean, a lot. They're all over the graph. They've been all over the graph. Problem is, I haven't been able to get them to eat anything. except for when they're coming up busting. And this A-rig's the only thing I've got them to eat, period. I mean, I've thrown a spoon on them, jerk bait, whole 9 yards. And this A-rig is all I can get them to eat. And what was funny about it, I caught one more off camera, is when I first started throwing this A-rig, I was letting it sink down. And, you know, kind of down to the depth that they were at, but they're feeding up so much and they're pushing that bait up. I figured out that if I would throw it out and then just keep it about, you know, a half a foot under the surface, a foot under the surface, that they would eat it like that. I just can't believe we ain't caught no smallmouth in here. Yeah. Alright. You catch any good ones? You didn't catch any? Oh God. Good God, Gertie. Hammered it. Whew. Anyway, what were you saying? You got them on the teaser or something? Yeah. Yeah. Wow. Pretty awesome right there. That's a lot. That is a lot. I don't know if y'all can see that. This is fixing to get plumb stupid. I'm gonna kind of sneak in here on it. Watch this. There we go. Hybrid. There's your Cherokee hybrid. We gotta get back in there. right, guys, let's talk about what worked today. Now, this ain't gonna take too long at all because ain't a friggin' thing worked today. All right, another day out here on Cherokee. Now, I know I ain't on Cherokee right now. Basically, I was too lazy to film some exits for these next videos coming up, so I'm literally sitting out here today filming them all at once. All right, so if things look a little familiar, it's because they are. We're doing this all at one time, knocking it out. All right, but today on Cherokee, the video that you all watched, Cherokee sucked today. Not really sure what the deal is. The deep bite for me has been non-existent. I'm still seeing a lot of suspended fish. Still seeing a lot of bait in areas that typically, you know, you're not going to see this time of year, or shouldn't. Water temps were actually a little bit higher than I expected them to be. And the smallmouth just are not where they're supposed to be. So there's a whole lot of, you know, wonder what they're doing kind of thoughts going on. But we ended up putting one smallmouth in the boat, which was a little bit obnoxious. But at least if you're going to put one smallmouth in the boat, make it a good one. And, you know, we're dropping that old Damiki Rig. Now, Damiki Rig, deep bite, like I said, something that I have not been able to get going as of yet. But the deal was, the striper were in that little bit of that little area right there that was a little deep water flat. Striper pushed some bait up in there, corralled it up in there, and a lot of times I see this a lot on Cherokee. You'll see those smallmouth kind of get around the outer edges of those schools of striper, get under them and stuff, and they'll just, you know, opportunity, picking off any shad that have been stunned or whatever, as a striper rush in there and get a meal. So a lot of times you can catch a lot of smallmouth hanging around those schools of striper. And that was the case today. The striper moved in there, pushed that bait up in there, got them corralled, and then there were quite a few smallmouth in there with them too. Very tough to get them to commit to this deal right here. Not sure if it's pressure. You know, what y'all got to understand at this point, there's a lot of people out there Damiki rigging. I mean, there's a lot of people out on Cherokee day in and day out these days. Anyway, regardless of the Damiki Rig, I mean, they're getting a lot of pressure and have got a lot of pressure all year. So you got to keep that in mind. But we were able to pull one smallmouth out of there. Now, fast forward 6 hours. All right. Nothing. I mean, we drove all over Cherokee. We burned a tank of fuel. Had nothing to show for it. All right. So basically, I just started driving up Cherokee, and I said that I wasn't going to stop again until I found the biggest, awfulest wad of seagulls that you could ever see in your life. All right. Now, why is that important? They eat fish. They eat shad. And, you know, they're not going to be in an area that don't have them. All right. Except for them ones up there at the 25E bridge. Don't trust them seagulls. They eat McDonald's French fries. You can't trust them. All right. If you go following them seagulls, you may never put a damn fish in a boat. Trust me. If you don't listen to anything else I say, trust me when I tell you not to trust the seagulls at the 25E bridge ramp. All right, back on topic. Anyway, we got on up the lake, about mid-lake. That's where I found all my seagulls. All right, and that's where I also started seeing a pile of bait. Where you have a pile of bait, generally, you're going to have a pile of striper. There is more striper per square foot in that area right there than I have seen in a long time. And they were feeding hardcore. A lot of topwater activity, a lot of busting. How I ended up catching them was on an Alabama rig. Now, y'all see me throw an Alabama rig a little bit before. This used to be a 5-wire. We caught a few striper, and now it's a 4-wire. All right, but there's nothing special about this. This is the cheapest Alabama rig you can buy. You can get it at Walmart, Bass Pro, wherever you're at. This is a Young Flash Mob Junior. Okay, this one's got the blades on it. Basically, what I do with these, imagine this has got 5 arms. It don't no more, but my bottom 3 arms, I'm gonna run my baits on. In Tennessee, you're allowed 3 hooks. The other 2 got to be teasers. So I'll have my 3 hooks on the bottom. I was running 1/4 ounce Strike King Squadron heads. That's a cheap head, but it's a good head. But 1/4 ounce on my 3 bottom ones. My 2 top ones, I'm using an owner screw lock, and I'm literally just screwing two dummy swim baits on the top. 9 times out of 10, they're going to hit one of your 2 bottom ones down there. And generally, I will make this middle one down here just a little bit different color than the rest of them. Most of the time, even the striper, that's the one they'll key in on. Not all the time, but you would be shocked at how often they will key in on that one. It's a little bit different. So that's what we were throwing. The bait that I had on there is a Keitech Easy Shiner. All right, it's got a real slender profile. It's got a good thump, but you know, it does a great job of mimicking those threadfin shad, you know, that are starting to slow down this time of year. But due to that, you got a lot of your fish keyed in on that. I mean, that's their primary forage this time of year, is threadfin shad. Threadfin are really affected by temperature, water temperature. So the colder it gets, the slower that those threadfin are going to move around. That's why they make for such an easy meal. A Keitech Easy Shiner, to me, on an Alabama rig, mimics those really well. Now, I'm not moving that rig really fast, but what was important was I threw that thing around forever before I figured out how they wanted it. You saw those fish coming up to the top feeding, and initially I was letting that rig sink down 10-15 foot, and then slow rolling it through there. Never could get them to eat like that. All right, what they wanted was, they wanted that thing chucked out there, and they wanted it real, you know, they wanted it literally like 6 inches under the surface. All right, you could almost see them wake it when they would come up and hit it. You know, that's just how they were feeding. So pretty good time. As far as the bass fishing today, we failed bad, but things can only get better. Can't get no worse. Well, they could. You could zero, but I got hope. So we're gonna get back out here and try it again. That's all I got for y'all today, guys. If you like the videos, make sure you go hit that like button, hit the subscribe button, and hit that notification bell. That's gonna let you all know when I put out all my new videos. If you got any questions or comments, feel free to leave those in the comment section down below. I will get back to y'all with any answers I can give you. Until next time, y'all make some time, get out there on the water and catch you a few. I'm Ryan Epps. Y'all have a good one.